Hi dear Libras, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about the transits for the month of October. This month is one of the most important months of 2023 because we have two eclipses, and one of those eclipses is going to happen in your sign. So dear Libras, get ready for an awesome month. Before we begin, I would like to say happy birthday to October Libras. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful birthday, and yeah, and I hope you have a wonderful year ahead of you. So let's begin. As you know, October is like mostly a Libra month until like the 21st, 22nd. Yeah, and so at the very beginning, we have Mercury entering your sign for 18 days on October 4th. If you remember, Mercury spent ages in Virgo, like slightly more than 2 months. Normally, Mercury just sprints through signs, like it doesn't spend more than like 3 weeks. But yeah, like we had Mercury in Virgo since like July 28th, and because of the retrograde motion. And I don't know how it was for you guys, but that Mercury retrograde was a nightmare for me. And so the thing is, now Mercury is in good shape. It's out of the shadow zone. It's like in good speed, and yeah, so there won't be confusion. There won't be like I don't know, forgetting things, getting lost, and stuff like that. So communication wise, October is excellent. And another thing I need to mention about this Mercury is that it's going to be 4 degrees away from the solar eclipse in Libra. So Mercury is going to play a role, and as you know, Mercury is the messenger of the gods. So when Mercury enters Libra, it might bring some message or some news associated with that solar eclipse. Okay. And next, I forgot to mention that when Mercury is in Libra, our communication tends to be like a bit more diplomatic. It might be easier to achieve, like, I don't know, agreements, like, negotiations. It's favorable for that. And for you, Libras, it's going to be transiting through your first house. So expressing yourself should be easier, like, theoretically. And so next, on October 6th, we have the last quarter moon in Cancer. Why am I mentioning this? I'm mentioning this because it marks the beginning of a week where not much happens, because day by day the moon is becoming smaller and smaller, and it will disappear before the new moon. So that means like it's not a good time to start anything new. Instead, use this time to recharge your batteries. It's like a great time to wrap things up that started with the Virgo new moon in September, and it's like a great time to kind of like get ready for the new moon solar eclipse. Okay, and Libras, you do need to take rest because um, eclipse times are very like exhausting, even though they can be exciting. A lot of changes will be happening, but it can be like draining, okay, energetically draining. So do try to take like consciously, like rest. Do try to take rest consciously from October 6th to, I would say, like October 10th. Okay. And then next, on October 8th, Venus enters Virgo. And again, Venus spent a long time, an unusually long time in Leo. It entered Leo on like June 12th, I believe. Yeah, and it spent like nearly 4 months in that sign. So it was in your 11th house. So I feel like the summer was very friendship oriented for you. And so when it enters Virgo, when your ruling planet enters Virgo, that means it's out of the shadow zone. Because if you remember, in July, it started going retrograde on the 28th degree of Leo, so like almost at the very end of Leo. And so when it enters Virgo, it means it's out of the shadow zone, which means Venus is in good shape. And this is excellent news because both of the eclipses in October are Venus ruled. So October is very much Venusian. So solar eclipse in Libra, a Venus ruled sign. And then we have lunar eclipse in Taurus, again, another Venus ruled sign. So it's good that we have Venus out of the shadow zone, because imagine if we had it like, if we had those eclipses during the Venus retrograde or when it was in shadow zone, we would get like tons of karmic stuff. But like, because it's in good shape, like it shouldn't be like that bad. Okay, like, I mean, or I should say like no karmic baggage. Yeah, I should put it that way. And for you, dear Libras, when Venus enters Virgo, that means it's your 12th house. 12th house is like spiritual house, like the most isolated part of our chart. That's where actually Venus is also exalted. So yeah, during this time, you will be expressing love through acts of service, because Virgo is the sign of service. It's a very detail-oriented sign. Like Venus is actually in fall in Virgo, because it tends to notice all the details, and like how can you love someone when you see all their flaws, right? But yeah, this transit is temporary, like 3 weeks, like maybe less than 4 weeks, okay? And so yeah, like acts of service, showing love by being useful to your partner. Yeah, like taking care of your health becomes like I don't know, glamorous, I guess, aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. And next, after this, on October 10th, we have Pluto entering. No, Pluto turning direct on the 27th degree of Capricorn. So it's in your fourth house. Um, Pluto is far away from the sun, so we'll barely feel it. But those Libras who have their sun on the 27th degree of Libra, 28th, 29th, you guys are going to feel the square from Pluto. And that square is, how should I say, it's difficult. Like, I'm in Aries and I felt that square when it was like squaring my sun, and it was awful. Like, it was one of the most difficult times in my life. So, but the good thing is, um, the Pluto aspects, they're at their strongest when they're making an exact aspect. Okay, so when Pluto turns direct on the 27th degree, that means those Libras who have their sun on the 27th degree, you guys are going to feel it. And so that means those Libras who were born around 19th October, yeah, and then 20th October, 21st, you guys are going to feel the square. And but the good news is that Pluto squares are at their most awful when Pluto is retrograde, and now Pluto is direct, so I don't think the square aspect should be that bad. So, and that is good news. Okay. And another thing I wanted to mention about Pluto turning direct is that when it turns direct, only 4 planets will be retrograde. And they're all like outer planets, so we don't really feel them that much. It doesn't mean we don't feel them, it's just very like subtle, I guess. And also, if you remember, in August, 6 planets were retrograde. Like half of the solar system was retrograde, and 2 of them were personal planets, so we felt that in our daily lives. But now, thankfully, all of that is behind us, and so October should be good despite the eclipses. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a busy month, but it won't be like as confusing or like emotionally draining as Venus retrograde. Okay. And next, on October 12th, Mars is going to enter Scorpio until November 25th. So before this, Mars has been in your sign, in your first house, dear Libras, giving you energy, making you more assertive than usual. um, yeah, like so. You, you probably had a lot of energy, but now when Mars enters Scorpio, it's going to enter your second house, and second house is the house of your money, your income. Okay, and so when Mars is in the second house, it can make you spend a lot of money. Actually, yeah. So mm, try to be careful, like with your budget, and like don't impulsively splurge on unnecessary purchases, I guess. And yeah, so but generally Mars is strong in Scorpio. It's like a good time to talk about, like, I don't know, finances, shared resources. So if you need to talk to your partner about finances, this can be a great time. Okay, even though it's in the money of your income, but still, like generally, Mars in Scorpio is about shared resources. What else? It can also be a great time for intimacy. Mars Scorpio is a very emotionally deep sign. Yeah, so and then 2 days after Mars enters Scorpio, we have the new moon solar eclipse on the 21st degree of Libra. Yay! For the first time in 18 years. Can you believe that? Do you remember what happened to you around October 14th, 2004? I mean, it was a long time ago, like 18 years. But those of you who are old enough to remember, try to remember what happened, because similar themes will be triggered. It's just the circumstances will be different. Yeah, but like the eclipse is gonna activate the same area of your life, and it's useful to remember. It gives good insight. Uh, for me personally, like I was only 11 years old back then, so I don't remember much. It was just school, work, I mean, not work, school, home, and stuff. Yeah, but those of you who are old enough to remember, you might remember that maybe you started a relationship with someone back then, or maybe that was the time when you got married or something. Um, yeah, or maybe that was the time when you had your first child or like second child or something, or maybe that was like the time when you bought your first house. Okay, eclipses, when eclipses happen in your sign, those are very, very important times. Like, and as I said, it happens once every 18 years. I mean, like the south node in Libra happens every 18 years, but like you're gonna have eclipses in Libra, but in 9 years. Okay, 18 divided by 2, 9. So the next time you're gonna have an eclipse in your sign will be in 9 years. And so anyway, when the solar eclipse happens on the south node, it's kind of like about breaking free from old habits, because south node is where we are comfortable. Like that's our comfort zone. Okay, that's where we accumulate karma. While north node is like the uncharted territory, like unexplored area, so something new. Okay, while south node is where where we know everything. Okay, and so when solar eclipse happens there, it's like yeah, it's on the and like the side where it's giving. Okay, like maybe sacrificing. So Libras, you might have to like I don't know, you how should I put it? Let's say your partner wants to do something, you want to do something, but you're gonna let your partner do the thing. You're gonna be like, okay, like let's compromise. You do your thing, I'll support you. Instead of being like, no, you support me. Does that make sense? That's the energy of the South Node, because this time the North Node is in Aries, so the focus, the development energy is more on your partner in Aries. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to make a separate video for this eclipse, so do check it out. I'm gonna give more details in that video. Like I'm trying to keep this monthly horoscope video short. And so after this, we have like Mercury entering Scorpio on October 22nd. Yeah, so Mercury spends just 18 days in your sign, and when it enters Scorpio again, it's gonna spend like barely 3 weeks in that sign. And so when Mercury is in Scorpio, like our conversations tend to become deeper. I guess the Scorpio is not the sign that likes small talk. Like it despises that. And since it's in your second house again, you already have Mars in there, and now Mercury enters that area. So as you can see, uh, most of October it was like on the focus was on Libra, right? And then slowly the focus starts shifting. So it was on you, and now it starts shifting towards your finances, your income, your self worth. Yeah. So it's not only about money, but like it's your self worth. Yeah, and material possessions and stuff. And so after Mercury enters Scorpio, the Sun is gonna enter Scorpio on October 23rd. And so as you can see, you have 3 planets in your second house. And on October 28th, we have that full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 5th degree of Taurus. And this one is important because it is the last eclipse in Taurus Scorpio axis. Yeah, the eclipses are not going to happen in these two signs for the next 9 years. And do you remember what happened on October 28th in 2004? Because we had this exact same eclipse on the exact same degree 18 years ago. Um, and so again, it is useful to try to remember what happened then. Similar stuff will be so for you Libras, Taurus, that is your 8th house, so money houses will be lit up during this eclipse. So 8th house, 2nd house, so your money, your partner's money, like your money, and like banks money, like loans and stuff. Perhaps like after this eclipse you will finish paying off some loan, because lunar eclipse is culmination. mm, yeah, finishing. Okay, and because it's like earth is gonna like cover the moon, and it's like yeah, like at the end basically. And so because it's on the north node, it's like karmic rewards. Yeah, for all the it's like you like getting a reward for all the hard work you've been doing in that area of your life for the past year and a half. Yeah. And so those of you Libras who have, I don't know, your Venus around the fifth degree of Scorpio, you are going to feel this eclipse strongly, okay? Or if you have, I don't know, your Mercury or your moon sign around the fifth degree of Scorpio, you are going to feel this the most. I mean, all Libras are going to feel the eclipses, but still, like especially prominent for those who have planets around those degrees. And I also forgot to mention the solar eclipse in Libra on the 21st degree of Libra. That means Libras who were born around 12th October, no, 13th October. Yes, you are going to have this eclipse on your birthday. So that means the upcoming year, from that birthday, from October 13th, 2023 until October 13th, 2024, is an extremely important period in your life. And you're gonna have like lots of changes in your life. And that is exciting. Yeah, and so this is it, dear Libras, for October. Even though we have like two major events, two eclipses, otherwise like there aren't too many bad aspects. I forgot to mention that when Venus enters Virgo, it's going to make an opposition to Saturn in Pisces, and as you know, Saturn can be a bit of a party pooper. So there might be like some blockage, some frustrating situation, like but it's temporary, it's something small. The aspect is strong for like, it's active for only like 3 days or 4 days maximum, okay? So there's no need to worry about it too much. So it might have to do with, I don't know, like medical expenses. I don't know, maybe you might have to go to the dentist, because Saturn rules bones. Yeah, and teeth are bones, right? And Venus is paying money, so you might have to pay money for dental services. I mean, it's one of the possible interpretations. I'm not saying all Libras are going to go to the dentist. That wouldn't be realistic. But I'm just saying that it's one of the possible. Or maybe financially, there might be like a day or two when you have to be kind of like frugal. Yeah, while you are waiting for your paycheck or something. Um, so yeah, and dear Libras, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe. And also, I forgot to mention that I offer astrology readings, birth chart analysis, transits, progressions readings, and then like astrocartography. Yeah, so if you're interested, please email me or leave a comment. And I hope to see you guys in November. Thank you for watching. Bye.